and then we took the bands down each time they'd eaten more, so that it kept quite tidy at the back. Because if they're left to their own devices and it was all loose, the hay would have got just trampled in, because they'd just be pouring it and dropping it and wasting it basically. But having the bands on until the last minute, it kept it nice and tidy, and it was very little waste. And Turrot. I think he might just avoid that. He's having a look. Yes, you can have a look. He says, oh no, I'll go up here. Mind you don't trip over those roots though. So I'll just find my way along. I don't really want to get my feet wet today, he says. He's such a funny boy, isn't he? Because not so long ago he had a bit of a paw in the puddle, didn't he? At the boat, on the boat, the ride we did. Canter. That squirrel. Squirrel just went up there, didn't it, Farouk? Good boy. Well, I can't tell you how warm it is, considering it's autumn. I've got my jumper on and my gillet, but I've got my summer trousers on, and I'm just nice, really nice. Not too hot, not too cold, just lovely. Now it might be more windy out of these trees, so then you might feel the wind chill, but I've got to say it's a lovely autumn morning. It's 11:30. I haven't clipped Farouk, but I have had him rugged up right from the word go. As soon as I thought that the weather was changing, I've rugged him. I started off with a lightweight rug, and now he's gone onto a bit heavier rug. So hopefully that, and he's got a hood as well. I've put his hood on, so there's none of that big line at the moment where he gets that, where his neck grows and this doesn't. So I think he's looking quite smart, really. Quite smart, aren't you? But he's not going to be doing the work, of course, over the winter. But he is going to be working, because I just didn't feel that it really suited him. When he came back into work, it was like I was riding a 3-year-old again. So, yeah, that didn't really suit you, did it, Farouk? And I do firmly believe that he loves to go out on trails. It's of course the endurance has finished for the season, which I think is because of the weather and the less daylight. So I think that's why they finish it. I mean, if they did it, I would do it, but I think that's why it stops in the winter. There will be the odd pleasure ride, and I'm going to take Apollo on the endurance pleasure ride, which is at Esprick. He went on the one that was in, I think it was February or March last year. That was his last official ride. He had the rest of the summer off, if you remember. So I'm going to take him on that. So that he has a bit of an event, because he likes to see other horses about, and he likes to try and go past everybody, even though he won't be fit enough. Bless him. But he'll put his best effort in. He's not a horse that likes to be left behind. He's a horse that likes to be in front, whereas Farouk doesn't give a damn. And you'd think he would, which he did when he was younger. But over the years, I've trained him not to try and catch up to the other horses. I would turn him round lots of times, And as soon as he started jig jogging or trying to get on quick in a trot, I would just turn him round and go back. And then that's how I trained it out of him. And that's why he doesn't jig jog either. It takes, well, it took, I would say, maybe a couple of years before I could gallop him, and then he would come back to not jigging. He would just walk along nicely, relaxed. So it is a long process if you have a horse like Farouk, that's a horse that naturally is a jig jogger, which Arabians seem to be. Naturally, they do sort of, it's not an extra gait they have, it's just that they jig. They're not gated, but you'd think they might be because a lot of them do it. They just can't walk, they just have to sort of hop along, you know, not trotting and not walking. It's difficult to explain if you're a non-rider, or you've never had a horse that's forward going. He's got a lovely shine to his coat, even though he's got a thicker coat on than normal. It's still shiny, he's still looking in, well, he still looks in peak condition, though of course he isn't, because we've not been doing competitive riding now for a few weeks. So he's just, he's dropping down in his fitness now. I think that's a nice wood, especially this time of year, because you can see right through, almost to the other side. So it's really interesting, I think. Yeah, lots of water coming down that waterfall. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon. We love reading the comments, we love emojis, and we'd love a thumbs up.